again. Hi. Sorry about earlier today, a bit of confusion. So there's a bit of a problem though, is my parents are sending my goods around to unknown places. And so it's theft and destruction of property. I wonder, is it possible to file a report? Do you have a reporting mechanism? So you don't? So if people like steal stuff, that was mostly my stuff in those lockers. I notice a lot of it is gone, so it's a bit of a problem for me. So the question is, what do I do when my parents...
It's not a thing with me. It's a civil matter with the police.
Okay, so if people steal stuff out of your lockers, it's really not your problem.
It's when they bring it in here,
Right.
it's their goods.
Right.
I don't
Yeah, I
don't decide.
Right.
I don't stand here and go, is this your goods?
Right. So if I tell you that it's my goods that they're sending around, that's
not...
And you don't have a reporting mechanism for that, because it was mostly my goods in those lockers, so...
No, there's no way to prove that.
Okay. Well, if you look at them, like, we could go look at the goods right now if you want together.
I can't.
Okay, sure.
I don't have access to their lockers. Their
Okay.
lockers are their own intent.
You have extra keys and stuff, but so
No,
you
I don't.
you want okay.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, so someone does, obviously, someone.
No one has extra keys. It's your own personal lock put on the locker.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
All right.
So
that's a problem, because we're in
they are a good standing customer.
Yeah.
They pay for their lease.
Yep.
It's just like a landlord.
Right.
The landlord's not going to open up a building door to you just because you say that your stuff is in there.
I realize that, but a landlord also has his proprietor rights and his proprietor duties.
Yeah.
And if stuff is stolen from your property, often there's insurance that will cover that kind of thing as well. So.
And you don't have any rights here because you never rented the locker.
But it was my stuff though, so I have to write. I have rights to that stuff.
Contact the police.
Okay,
you
contact
the police.
Okay, sure.
And the police will tell you it's a civil matter.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, fair. Well, it's also a crime. Theft is also a crime,
They'll
right?
tell you that it's a civil matter.
Theft is no longer a crime.
Talk to the police.
So
I'm
theft
not
is
the police. I'm not the police.
Okay, but why would it be a civil matter if it's a crime?
Because you have to prove. So when they have.
Well, I can prove it's my stuff.
Then you go to the police. Don't fight with me.
I'm not fighting with you. I'm just trying to clarify what's going on and what I can do. But you think most locker companies would have like a reporting theft policy or something like that. That's all. So I'm just looking for ways to help me out with insurance or records, something like that. Like I'd like to know when the goods were removed, because they are my goods, and I can prove that. So like if there's a way to find out when those goods were removed.
You never rented the locker here.
No, they rented it for me. I left it in their care before I went to Peru. That's my stuff. They were looking after it for me. So like I left it with them in trust essentially, and then some things went wrong within a state litigation matter, and then they started removing my goods from the locker and sending them to various people without any explanation for that. So that is actually, so again, I left those goods with them in trust. And now this amounts to what the sort of conversion, which is where you do something with the goods that that I did not authorize. Mm-hmm. So that's all. So anyways, I guess my only question is, do you guys?
But it wasn't here. It wasn't here when the goods were brought from another place.
When was no? This was the place I left them when I went to Peru 3 years ago. This is where I left them.
This locker wasn't yours. The locker was never in your name.
No, but they were looking after it for me in trust.
They were somewhere else, and then they put them in here.
Do you know where they were before?
No, I don't.
Do you know when they were put here? Do you know when they were put here?
I don't know.
Because I left them in this building 3 years ago.
3 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years ago I left them in this building.
You never had a locker here?
Yeah, that was the locker. It was their locker. Yeah, we were sharing the locker. No, their name was on the lease and they were paying for it. Okay. But we were sharing the locker, and that's mostly my goods in there. And it was 3 years ago that I brought it here. Mm-hmm. But you're aware that you're saying that they brought the goods from somewhere else.
Yeah.
But you don't know when.
Don't know. No, that's not something.
How do you know they brought it?
They pay their monthly fees.
How do you know they brought it from somewhere else?
Because it doesn't magically appear in our building.
Well, but 3 years ago, so I put the goods.
I'm not going to debate with this with you.
I put the goods in there 3 years ago myself.
Okay, I'm not going to debate with you with this.
Okay.
Okay, because your name is not on the lease.
Okay.
Okay, so.
And none of this matters to you that they stole it, that they were looking after me. I put the goods in there. None of that matters. The dates are wrong.
They are the ones that have the lease.
Yeah, but so okay.
The lease is in their name. Okay.
So if the police come down here, you'll answer these questions?
Police will, yeah, they come here, but they.
Okay.
You go ahead and talk to the police. I tell you that the police will.
Right. And I apologize for that, but it is interesting to know that I talked to my mother upstairs. She said, let's go downstairs and talk. And then as soon as we talked to you, she said, could you please phone the police? And it's her that's stealing my stuff. So I just want you to be aware of that in the future. So
I don't know if she has a restraining order on you.
No, she does not. No, she does not.
So that's the thing, is that's with her and you.
Yeah.
So that's
Anyways,
the thing she deals with.
I'd like to make you aware that I saw inside the locker that's still my goods in there. If any more other goods are removed, that is theft and destruction of property and conversion of theft. So that is a crime. So you shouldn't let that occur. Right? Just to make you aware.
I'm not a policeman.
Well, could you please inform
people's stuff?
Fair enough. Could you please inform management that would be theft and it would be occurring on their property?
Management.
Okay, well then,
Okay, so the floor manager.
well, you're
I'm the
apprised of
manager.
your rights. I've apprised you, that's my
Okay.
stuff, and if it's removed from the property, that's a crime, okay?
Yeah.
So you should be concerned about that, because that could be a problem. You're now aware of that, okay? I'm not lying, I'm not lying, okay? Do you believe me? Do you believe I'm telling you the truth? Like, why would I be here, right?
Okay, sir.
Right? Do you believe I'm telling the truth?
I believe that whose name is on the locker, that is their goods.
Okay, well, thank you for your help. Have a good day.
Okay.